Guys, I'm going to start this video off with a question. What is sim racing to you? To me, it is a way to get as close as possible to the cars that I have no hope in hell in driving. Things like F1 cars, GT3 cars, and of course the subject of this video, Group B rally cars. Now, I did a video recently driving a modern Rally 1 car around the North Side. It was a ton of fun, but it got me hungry to go back and drive the old Group B monsters. So I'm going to jump into EA WRC, turn off every bit of HUD I can possible, have a full manual experience including using the clutch and using my H-pattern shifter, and see if I can survive the longest stage in the game whilst driving my favourite car.
You ain't shifting like me! You ain't!
So by my reckoning, the longest stage in the game lives in the Rally Pacifico. Specifically, the stage we're going into is called, oh my, Talangilera. Blair. However the hell you pronounce this stage, the fact remains that it's over 30 kilometers in length, 32.4 to be exact, which is this many miles. Wow. Add effects. And we haven't got to go far to find my favourite Group B car. It's not the fastest one in the game at the moment, but it is my favourite. This is the Audi Sport Quattro S1E2, which is a very long name, but as you can see from the side there, absolute giga stats. Nearly 500 brake horsepower from that awesome sounding 5-cylinder engine, full H-pattern manual, and importantly, these cars had no handbrake, which is a shame because my lovely Moser handbrake now is going to go unused.
Estoy cansado, jefe.
Before we start the video, you'll likely notice that I'm wearing a set of these very cool sim racing minty themed gloves. These are just one of the many custom glove possibilities available over on Britzy. So if you're interested in getting your hands on a set of these ones specifically or designing your own, you can do so over on our website. There'll be a link down below in the description. Now this right here is what we're going to see for the entirety of this stage. No HUD whatsoever, which also means no co-driver callouts on the screen. So I've actually got to listen to it, which is, it's harder than you think it is when you're trying to wrestle one of these cars around. Oh, brother. But anyway, let's see what one of the most brutal cars in EA WRC is like to drive through the longest and probably one of the most toughest stages. Easy.
Go 6 left to crest, 60
Oh, it's so fast at the start, and already we're being greeted with a hairpin. It's going to be very tricky in this car. As I said, we're not using that handbrake. We're going for the 100% realism here, so got to try and just do this. Try and chuck the car around. The problem is, with all this horsepower and it being a constant four-wheel drive experience, you end up just understeering a lot on power, so the flick is very important to get around any of his corners.
50 crest.
Oh, already nearly off into the undergrowth. Gonna try and avoid that the best we can. Another hairpin, flick it round, holding the clutch in, try and build some revs. It's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. So as part of our effort to try and be realistic, we've got the pedal cam up. Oh my god, Jimmy, don't hit too many things. To try and show you, oh my god, Jimmy,
2 right, 6 left of the crest.
just how much work this car is to drive. Even in sim, it's quite easy to work up a little bit of a sweat in this thing. Although you know me, I'm a sweaty bastard anyway, so that nearly 500 horsepower, it sort of comes all in one big lovely chunk right at the top of the rev range. It's not like a normal, we'll say normal, modern day rally car, where it's all very clever and the similar horsepower figures are there, but it comes easier. This is like a caveman with a big club. Yep. I hit that. That's probably a penalty. Who cares? So you have to sort of anticipate that a little bit. That lack of power and then all the power in one big lovely chunk. Oh god, Jimmy. So you're going to see a lot of me with my on the pedal cam here, using my clutch. Oh my god, I'm all over the place at the moment. Using my clutch to build the revs, or just kick the clutch out the corner. Similar to what the drifting guys do, just to build that turbo, build the revs, and get us moving out the corner. Because otherwise you would have this horrible turbo lag situation, where you're just not in the threshold of the turbo. So let's talk about the car a little bit, and why it's awesome. So, as I said, constant four-wheel drive. I don't know what the split is in this car, but it means that you're always when you're accelerating and turning, you're always understeering. It's very hard
6 right.
to get the car into a nice slide. And when you do, you're going at such speed.
And right of
And to be
crest
honest,
to turn 2 left.
you're probably better off slowing down a little bit.
Late 4 left, half long.
This stage here, this stage in the Pacifico Rally that I've already forgotten the name of,
5 right short.
super tight, super twisty, does not suit this car at all. Not at all.
Crest, water splash.
Through these sectors through here, you're just playing with the throttle. We're trying to get as much of it on as possible. Well, that was a big hit for the water splash.
6 right to the crest, cut.
It's like a little game with yourself. How long can I stay on the throttle before I have to lift or I hit a tree?
Turn 1 left. half
Usually it's the
long.
latter, but we're going to try not to do that because it's a long stage this. I say that as I go up into a tree. Nice. Good timing, Jimmy. People also talk about... Oh my god. Whenever I play EA WRC or any sort of Codemasters game, people inevitably talk about Richard Burns Rally. How I should try that instead, blah, blah, blah. But for me, for these sort of realism challenges almost where
40.
I've got no HUD on, I'm driving through, I've got the co-driver in my ear, I'm just trying to survive the stage. I love using the Cody's games for this. It just feels... It's that level of immersion, you know, the sound of it, the look of it, it's a bit nicer.
50.
Oh my god.
5 right to 4 left.
Although, I have to say in Richard Burns Rally, I would probably have been
Into 6 right.
killed in real life for that, so
30.
maybe not so realistic in the way I can get away with bumping stuff and maybe hitting the odd tree or the odd pedestrian, don't worry about that. But to be honest, the sound of this car and the way it drives in this game is enough just to keep me coming back and enjoying it. And it's definitely another challenge just having to listen out for the co-driver. Shoot hairpin right. That was reverse there. Sorry, half a race I went into there. Didn't help as I anticipated it would though. In terms of the meta of the game, this isn't actually the fastest Group B car. I think it's the Delta. Oh my word.
50.
And you can sort of see why.
Right sharp.
The Delta's a bit more agile than this. This is a bit of a brute. You sort of point in the direction you want to go in,
30 square.
light up the turbo and you're gone. But
6 left.
you get to one of these corners and you're there, you have to light up the turbo again. It's just this constant process of waiting.
Right into 5.
Don't feel like you can really unleash this car on any of these stages. You have to imagine what that would have been like. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep, that's fine. What that would have been like
Tightens of
in real life. You're sitting on top of this 500 horsepower monster. I think the thing is nowadays people don't think 500 horsepower is a lot. I've been lucky enough to drive stuff with 500 plus horsepower.
into crest.
It is a lot of horsepower, especially in something that isn't modern. Modern 500 horsepower is different from an old school 500 horsepower.
53.
Modern 500 horsepower is controlled, it's fast, you've got TC, you've got ABS, old school 500 horsepower. It all comes in one big lump at the top of the rev range. There's no ABS, no TC, so everything's shaking, everything's spinning. And then you imagine that feeling whilst darting between trees at however many mile an hour. It's why there's that great romanticism towards Group B and old F1 and stuff like that, because it was just dangerous. It was more of a challenge almost. And you, oh my god. Oh, I hit that hard there. Car still be good? Nice. Easy now, easy now, easy now. Oh my god, Jimmy, come on.
Listen to me, Carl!
It's quite a lot for the brain, this, to talk, listen to the co-driver, and then try and wrestle this thing through a stage at the same time. It's a bit of a workout mentally, definitely. Physically as well, with this wheel using the Moser R21 today, with the H pattern and of course the pedals, which you can see on your screen. It's a lot to do, dancing around with the pedals. Problem is I can't dance. I'll always be just a humongous fan of anything with a turbo strapped to it. To me, it's just the pursuit of speed and nothing else, you know. Modern Rally 1 cars are infinitely impressive and would, you know, as we've seen in most situations, wipe the floor with a Group B car. And they're even spectacular, but there's just something about the fire-breathing nature of one of these cars, which is always just a bit more, I don't know, appealing. 100 mile an hour there before we miss this square right completely. Big tree there. Hello, bro. Taking a different line, don't worry about it.
Right entry chicane, 90.
The thing is, you have so much power in this thing that you can, if you make a mistake, you just power out of it.
Left of the crest, 110.
Well, unless you're powering into a tree, like I did there.
40.
Square left.
Crest. crest to slight left. 40,
Trying to set the car up
slight
nice and
crest,
early, this.
half long, 100.
That sort of flick I do before the corner where I drive one way and then dive into the corner another way. It's called the Scandinavian flick.
100.
Go and Google that because it's a very cool... Oh my god, I missed that call. It's very cool viewing. But it's basically, I use this to try and overcome the understeer of this car.
45 left.
Oh my god, tree, didn't notice that. Tree, whatever it's called. Bridge, my brain is slowly dissolving as we get through this stage. Although it has been for years, let's be honest. Just wheel spinning. Oh, I've gone too wide there. Around the tree, round the tree, round the tree. Yeah. This is a challenge without the pace notes. I must say, I do get quite reliant on the visual pace notes, so doing it without it is a whole new challenge. Just trying to listen out for the big calls, you know, the squares and the acutes and the one left sharps. .5 bar of boost we're making on that turbo. It's about 21 psi, I think, if I'm correct, maybe.
Crest 110.
Intentional. A big flick here. Gear's actually a bit too short. Without that handbrake, you can't get that last little bit of flick. It really does affect how you take those sharper corners.
Slowing 100. 3 right.
Oh my god, 200 kph! Brake, 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 brake! Whoa!
And tightens past junction.
I don't think anything happened there. Guys, something just happened there. It's just fun ragging this thing around. Even though I'm not very good at it, it doesn't really matter, you know, that's all. Oh my god! Oh! Brother, my door! I can't Austin Powers this. Where's it end? It's alright, guys. This is part of it. Car's gonna be louder now, no?
100.
I should have this ages ago!
6 left.
Car sounds much better!
5 to left of the crest. 130.
Now we're talking!
6 right.
Doorless Group B, baby! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Getting carried away.
Slowing 100. Left of the crest.
Send it.
40. Turn square left.
Brake, 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 brake.
And crest.
Flick, 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 flick. Power!
Crest 200.
Oh, it's beautiful. The experience has been
Turn 1 right.
just massively improved that door.
30. Crest 80.
Caution to the wind now.
30.
Look at that speedo.
5 left of the crest. 30. 4 right.
Oh, I've got to slow it down.
6 left. 40. Slowing. Right of the crest. 40. 2 right. To 1 left of the crest. To 6 right. 90.
Okay. Carry the speed, Jimmy. Carry the speed. Oh, that's the bank. Speed carried too well. I love the sounds in this game. I really do.
Swerving 6 left. To right of the crest.
I think people like to hate on this game. I think it has something to do with it being an EA game, frankly. Which is understandable. But I've enjoyed this since it's come out, you know. I've enjoyed just driving this thing and finding all the cars and experimenting what I like and what I dislike. And I love the fact that we have the choice, frankly, between maybe this and other titles too. Oh, this bit is not going to be good for this car, is it? There's just no power. There's nowhere to unleash this power here. Try my best just to launch it into the corners here. Just hanging on to it. Every corner. I love the sound of this thing wheel spinning in third gear. Just trying to put any of that 500 horsepower down. It's just brilliant. I know I'm meant to be commentating right now. I'm talking about what I'm doing, but I'm just enjoying driving it. Just enjoying the sound of it. I'm enjoying just launching this car around, albeit maybe not very well. But who cares, you know? I get so many people talk to me about sim racing and saying they don't want to get into it because they're afraid they aren't very good. Who gives a... It's not what it's about. It's about enjoying. It's about enjoying cars, enjoying racing, enjoying experiences. Look at this! I'm sending one of the coolest cars that ever graced a rally stage through this Indonesian-style forest with no door, and I'm loving every moment of it. That's what sim racing's about. Letting yourself enjoy those moments, enjoy those experiences that we aren't going to get to do this. And we're going to get to do this. Drive a car like this through a rally stage with this confidence, with this safety net. Why not just enjoy it? Instead of moaning about which sim is better, instead of worrying about being slow. This has been an awful stage from me, but I don't care. I cannot imagine what this would be like in real life. I just can't. I can't get my head around it. Driving a car with this sort of power on circuit's one thing. Driving it through a forest trail barely wider than the car, with trees and banks and whatnot just waiting to meet you, eager to meet you in fact. The closest I think I mean this is a very privileged thing to say, but the closest I think I'll ever get is driving the Nordschleife. That's child's play compared to something like this. Oh, this is where this car is going to suffer. This is not. Second gear's too short, third gear's too long. Need a gear in between really, need a 2.5. I'm going to really kick that clutch now just to get it to respond. Thinking all over the pedals. I'm doing something. Still moving forward, but... I just forgot to talk for a while there because my wheels were all over the place and I was trying to make sure I was pointing in somewhat the right direction. Yep. Come on. Second gear MVP. Yep. Just nail it. Hang on. Oh, I'm sweaty after this one. Don't crash now, Jimmy. You've got to be getting near the end. You've got to be. I've got to say, knocking the door off is the best thing we've done this stage. Getting to hear this 5-cylinder just work away is a bit of a treat, isn't it? Oh god, not the trees, don't worry about that. We're near the end now, I think. We can afford to lose a bit more body work, but I'd rather not. Careful now.
Right to the crest.
Easy, near the end now, come on.
To stop.
There it is.
Okay, that's a 23-minute 19.3.
Wow, look at me after that. That is ridiculous. Guys, that is one of the coolest cars in EA WRC and ever in Rally. Taking on the longest stage and completing it in, God, 23 minutes that took me? After that, my brain is just genuinely exhausted. It's so hard to talk, to listen, and to drive this thing at any sort of pace. But I would recommend wholeheartedly, if you have this game, go get in one of these cars and just appreciate what they are, what they were, and the people who drove them at any sort of speed. What an amazing thing to have in a simulator. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me suffer and be bad at the game. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good things, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care, have an awesome day. See you next time.